For international students, finding a home is full of uncertainty. That's why we created RentMates.
Studying abroad begins with excitement, but very quickly it turns into uncertainty. Every year, thousands of international students arrive in a new country alone, without a trusted rental system, and without any safety net for their very first decision abroad. And sometimes, trust breaks instantly. I reached Paris, and my landlady seems to be fraud, and she is not picking my calls. I am at the airport, with nowhere to go. One wrong rental decision can break the entire journey. The truth is, the current rental system was never designed for students. It was not built for shared living. It was not built for international relocation, and it was not built for protection. That's where RentMates begins. We didn't build another listings platform. We designed a complete system that guides students safely through every step of their relocation. The journey is structured into 3 stages. Before departure, students prepare and search listings. On arrival, they move in with guided support. And throughout the process, they are never alone. A fully guided rental journey, not just a platform. With RentMates, students don't just search for housing. They actively participate. They bid and join verified shared living spaces, purpose-built communities designed around student life. Digital rental agreements replace uncertainty with structure, and security deposits are no longer at risk. Trust is no longer emotional. It is enforced by system design. RentMates is not a product. It is a complete student living ecosystem. Financial support for relocation, fair AI-driven pricing, and a guided living experience, all in one platform. RentMates is not a product. It is a complete student living ecosystem. Financial support for relocation, fair AI-driven pricing, and a guided living experience, all in one platform. What started as an idea has now gained global recognition. Selected by PSL University, presented at CNRS, one of the world's leading research organizations, and adapted as a startup through SSBC. This is no longer just a project. It is an innovation with real-world impact.
So first of all, let me start from the landlord dashboard. Here in the home page, we have various matrices related to the dashboard, right? As we can see, and the reputation tracking score. So how exactly is the reputation tracking score, being measured here? When a landlord goes to his setting and for the first time around after making an account, he can improve his reputation score. When he completes his profile, he's allocated points. When he uploads the driver's license, he's allocated points accordingly, right? And when he connects the wallet, then he's also allocated the points, right? So in this way, in this chronological manner, I mean, from time to time, his reputation score would increase, and a maximum reputation score of 100 is allocated. And apart from the reputation score, we have the landlord can add a property by using this model here, as we can see, and all the tabs for easy navigation and to reduce the cognitive overload. So here we have already added a property as a demo. Now, before I move on to rest of the tabs, all the tabs in the landlord dashboard, I would like to first move to the student dashboard. Okay, so this is exactly our student dashboard. So for the first thing that a student can do is that he can visit a property, before booking it. Once he has visited a property and he's satisfied with it, he can book or join the property. Then the landlord, agrees to joining the property. Then a rental smart contract is signed on the blockchain, and after that, the security is deposit and the security return work will also occur. So let us explore that in detail. So similarly, this student also has a profile and he also can manage preferences in the settings, right? So what exactly happens is the student would move to the search properties tab. He can use these filters or search as well, and then he clicks on the view details. He can simply view the details, annuities, landlord information, reviews, right? And if current flatmates if any, right? So what exactly is going to do is, for the first time around, you want to schedule a visit, right? So virtual tour or in person, both options are there. Virtual will be by Google Meets. So a landlord has already specified the dates on which he is available for a virtual tour. Let us take 16 of March as an example. The slot is there. Okay, the slots that are booked will be marked empty and will not be available. So let's suppose it's 1 p.m. slot is selected and we schedule a visit to that day. So if we just move here, we can first of all see that he's received the visit request here in the virtual visits tab. So he can reschedule it or confirm it. So let's suppose he confirms it, then he just have to um, create a new meeting, and he will be pasting the meeting link here. So it is now confirmed. So he's also updating in real time that your request is confirmed. So we can just check here. The request indeed is confirmed. So they can join the meeting when the time comes. In fact, we'll be reminding them by notification and email as well once the team meeting time is about to start. So now that they have like done the meeting, they are satisfied. What exactly is going to happen for the next time? The student may even add a property to the wish list for later if he wants. He will simply go to the property and click the request to join, because now he's satisfied. He'll bid his amount, that the amount for which he wants to register for the property, right? And the tenure is specified, right? Because landlord also already says this is the tenure from my side. Preferred move-in date can be specified. A future date has to be added. Past dates cannot be there. We have applied this restriction here. So let's suppose the future date, that is at least of 13. So he submits the request. Okay, so what exactly happens is, uh, in the join request, you have his request here from the same tenant. So we are going to, he can even see the details related to the same tenant as well. So he can accept it. When he accept, we're telling that a smart contract will be generated, right? That will have all the terms of the rental contract. So we approve it. Okay, so it has been approved. Now, what we want is that first the student reads the smart contract, and after student is satisfied, then the landlord reads the contract and signs. So first, student does it to protect the student. So the student, see, we have filled in the information related to the identity KYC verification they did, all the terms and conditions, right? They are already in here: escrow deposit amount, rental payments, due date for each rent, how the termination is going to happen, each and every case. And they are not only just written, but we're handling the workflows as well in this platform. So the student simply signs the contract. Student has successfully signed the contract. Okay. So what exactly he has got this real-time notification, right? So he can view the contract as well, the landlord side, and is going to sign the smart contract. But this time it will be signed with the wallet and the smart contract will be put on blockchain. Actually, since it is being put on the blockchain, so it can take a few like seconds. So contract is signed and is now on the blockchain. What we can see is, if you move back and like look here, We have this transaction hash. We can view the document as well. It's stored on the blockchain. And we can also look at the transaction hash indicating that this transaction is completed. This is directly embedded on the blockchain, right? So this is the great thing here. Apart from this, uh, okay, so the rental contract workflow is done, but now the security deposit that was requested is here. So he has to pay that deposit, right? When he clicks on pay deposit, currently it does not have that much balance, so he can go into the wallet. The wallet is connected, and he can deposit some amount, right? Currently we require 1,000. We have like this money much, so we can deposit 800. So we confirm the transaction request. So 800 has been deposited, and over here we can see the transaction history of it as well. We can see the link on the blockchain that it has happened. So we can also move on to the security deposit and pay the deposit now. So the deposit is paid into the smart contract, and it can be refunded later if your visa is rejected. You can have it now. You can have it refunded. So now that our rental completion is done, right? The rental payment step comes. From here we can pay the rental rent, right? It can only be paid when the window of the rent opens, right? So let's suppose we pay the rent, but we again have an insufficient amount, so we need to deposit more. So this happens. Likewise, this was just a one, this was just one workflow we have discussed. We have the loan workflow as well, where the investor dashboard is involved. Let me just move through rest of the tabs which were not explored. If we move here, we can check the compatibility score. We have the service deployed on Moodle.com that calculates the compatibility score. But to since it can take time for the score to be calculated, so we have this lazy loading here, right? And wish list approach is there. These ones are already seen, right? Now the notification tab is there. We can message anyone on the platform. On that we have this loan center as well. So I would like to take my time to show the loan center functionality. Okay. Okay, so this is the loan center. This is so this is the loan center that we have here. So he has his wallet. He can deposit money and move back to fund the investment pool, and then the loan will be issued. We were left with the loan workflow. So we have the investor dashboard and the matrices along with the wallet being shown. What exactly happens is that he can update his profile as well. and his analytics notifications appear here. So in this wallet, he can initially need to deposit some money so he can invest. He goes into the investment and he can invest in any one of the pool according to his preference. With currently at the start, since it is just the start, so the current share price is $1, but 50 is buying 50 shares each for $1, and he's shown that he will have an effective ROI of 3.7, and you'll be able to get a return of almost 1.8. So let us just check if indeed he gets a return of 1.8 or not, 85 or not. So he's invested successfully. You can see the available capital is increased, right? So this is the performance for now, but since there are no loans issued, so the earnings are not there. Now what exactly happens is that on the side of the student, so the student basically goes to the loan center and applies for a quick loan, right? He can select the purpose of the loan, the amount of the loan. It can be just any amount. Let's take this one, and and it checks for the availability. So we do have one of the matching pool available. So you can review the condition. Now the Paxos gold collateral value is it is being shown in real time by using an API. I mean the converted value, what exact real time value it is of Paxos, right? This is acting. These are gold tokens that are acting as a collateral if the student defaults, right? And this is the interest rate that he has to pay APR, and this is the duration, the loan amount. So proceeds and pay. Right now, he's prompted to complete his rental collateral, and for the collateral, he's shown the amount that needs to be paid. Right? He can even move back and like pay as long as the time is not expired. So he pays the collateral by using the wallet. We see the collateral happens to be in two steps. In first step, we allow the platform to draw in money from his wallet. In the second step, the money is actually issued. So the money has been stored in our platform's smart contract. I mean, we are now are holding his collateral in our platform. So what exactly happens is now we have the collateral as well. So the loan has been issued. We can check here the status of repayment. We can pay as well. Now, uh, so what exactly I have done is that the repayment schedule is generated, and you can only repay it 20 days before the first repayment amount. Before the due date, only 20 days before the due date, the repayment window opens. It's not like you can pay anytime. It's just to mimic the real banks. So what exactly happens is that I have this added this feature where I can in development mode bypass this limitation. For testing, I would be able to now pay again and again to check what exactly happens when the loan tenure ends, right? So so let's suppose he pays the first installment corresponding to 10 April. The loan payment is received. We see we generated the interest rate due to which not only the available capital is increased, right? So if we just move here, we can see the current value of the investment has increased as some monthly repayment had returned some interest, right? This interest has led to an increase in the share price in a equivalent manner. So this is also shown here in the earning history. Now once he pays another repayment, the share price will continue to increase. We can again monitor it. So it has again increased. The graph is showing how the share price is moving over time. So what if we make all the repayments? What exactly happens? Let us evaluate. Do you get back the 1.85 that was promised to us? Does the landlord get it back? We're going to test that. Just let me make all the, so this functionality of paying again only exists in development mode. Otherwise, we can only pay 20 days before each due date. So we have repaid fully. So have we obtained that amount that was, let me just update here. Okay. So if we see over here, he had invested an amount of 50, right? And if we just look over here, how much he has earned over time, it is exactly being shown. So the current share value stands at 50.184. This is the current value, and he can withdraw 50.16 as well. I mean, his current share value stands at 50.18, but he can withdraw 50.16, mean only a 0.02 difference. So let's suppose he tries to withdraw the amount. Or maybe like one, right? So confirm the withdrawal. Portfolio is updated. The withdrawal was successful. We can move into the wallet and see that the investment has been received. Which is an off-chain transaction, so it is being shown here, and the balance has increased accordingly.